one kid that didn't know where to be, and we called out Blazer 14 times, and how did they not know that that's where they were supposed to be? So we just the value of naming some of our actions, and then hand signals to go with it, that allows kids to communicate with each other. We don't have to necessarily call everything out. Let's talk about less complex, because we're not running 4 or 5 passes, but really easy to make some in-game adjustments, and your playbook gets a lot thicker. So again, kind of going back to that idea of that flow concept, is start to piece some of those actions together, and the kids start to learn, like, hey, we want to piece 2 flow actions together. So can we run wave into a push action, or a push action into wave, to get a different kid in an advantage situation? Or 2 years ago, we were in 3rd place game over at the state tournament, and we noticed how they were defending our high pick and roll against zone. And so we added a push action for the weak side to turn and throw back and take advantage of that. And a kid that, play that we'd never worked on in practice or talked about, we were able to use our terminology to say, hey, we're going to run our side pick and roll with push 3, and we just want to throw back off of it. And kid that a high score of 7 points all year ends up with 17 points in the 3rd place game, running something that we'd never talked about. Just a couple of our terminology actions that we're going to go through listed here. You can see, quick, snap, shake, things that we can create hand signals for that are easy for the kids to remember. But get into some of those, talk about flow offense, push 2. What we're looking for here is the one comes down is, how far can we drag these top players out, and at what point are we going to get an exchange here where one is no longer the responsibility of X2, and we're trying to get this mesh point where X4 has to step out and do that. So how far can we bring this kid over? Okay. If a player is going to bump early, so our read is, if we're going to run push 2, we're going to move this kid into the short corner. We're going to start to lift the 5 up a little bit. But if X4 blitzes right here, or they try and bump early on us because they know that we're running push, we can just send this ball right to the 2 because we've created that spot. So we're going to freeze them there to hopefully hold X4 and require X2 to come over here as far as we can get them to come over here. So poor on the diagram, but if X2 there, on this pass back to the 4, we're lifting the 5 here. If 4 is in a position and a threat, and they can occupy 1 like we need them to, then either we're going to get an advantage here, or